Oh, somebody say no volume. Apologies. I didn't know I turned off the volume. So, but I guess you can hear me now. I guess the audio is good. Yeah, somebody just confirmed you can hear me. So, good evening, everybody. It's good to be in your faces tonight. We're going to have another exciting time together. So, how you're doing? Go to the comments. What you want to do is go to the comments and tell me where you're connecting from. That's what you want to do. Just go to the comments, type where you're connecting from. Go to the comments and type where you're connecting from. Super excited to be here. Welcome, everybody. My TikTok family, how you guys doing? It's good to be here. Welcome to the episode 3 of the Tailor webinar series. Thank you so much. Welcome to episode 3 of the Tailor webinar series. Mohammed, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Go to the comments. Let me know where you are connecting from. Nanchim is connecting from Jos. Tunde from Lagos. Anita from Jos, Nigeria. Priska from Enugu. Good to have you on the call tonight. Agnes from Jos. My Jos people, I see you. I see you. Mayowa from Lagos. And we have Latif connecting from Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan. You're welcome, Latif. We have Elizabeth from Ogun State. We have Fasasi Ibrahim. Hope I got that correctly. From Abeokuta. We have Mohammed from Abuja. Just go to the comment, tell us where you're connecting from. On our TikTok, we have Best Book from Cameroon. Good to have you on the call tonight. We're going to have another exciting time on the Tailor webinar series. We've had such a tremendous time on all other sessions. The previous sessions have been mind-blowing. Just go to the comment, tell me also, how has the previous sessions been for you? How has the previous sessions been for you? Ekoja Lights from Kaduna, my brother and my friend. I see you. Good to have you on the call tonight. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube family. Queen from Lagos. So what you want to do for me right now is to go ahead and share this live. Share this live. Let's get more people on the call. Just go ahead and share this live. Let's get more people on the call tonight. Let's have more people join us. Go ahead and share this live. Just share it, share it, share it, share it. Right? So welcome to episode 3 of the Tailor webinar series. This is brought to you courtesy of SoPro, and my name still remains Andrew Obe. We're building a revolutionary solution for the tailoring industry, the fashion industry, right, at SoPro. And we know it's going to change the game. It's going to change the face of the industry for many of us, for a lot of us who are in this industry. And one thing you want to know with SoPro is that, SoPro is not something that is built by techies. It's actually built by tailors, right? It's a technology that is built by tailors for tailors. So it is built with people who understand the game. Personally, I've been in the industry for about 2 decades now. So this is built for tailors and by tailors. And we see every of your engagements on the post because we are building a customer-centric solution. I told my team when we're going to build SoPro, I said, we're not just going to build another product and launch it out. You see, many of you have been asking, when is it going to be out? When will the app launch? And when we wanted to build this, I said, we're not just going to build in silence and come out and launch something, right? What we're going to do was to build a customer-centric solution. I wanted to hear your opinion, hear your view, what you want actually to be built. And that's why we've done what we are doing, right? And we've gotten all the amazing feedback and we are implementing them. And I want to assure you that very soon, right? In fact, sooner than many of you can expect, we would launch and you'll be able to download it from Play Store and your Apple Store. So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes, I see the comments on the previous sessions. How was the last session for you? Right? How was the last session for you? We've had an amazing lineup of speakers who's come to help set the ball rolling, right? And tonight we have another amazing guest. We bring people who don't only talk the talk, but people who has walked the walk, right? They know their onions, right? They've done it and they keep doing it in the industry. Those are the kind of people we bring on this call to help you position your brand for profit. right? Like I said in previous sessions, I said there's a huge difference between tailoring and the tailoring business. There's a very huge difference between tailoring and the tailoring business. Very huge difference. Many people know how to sew, right? For some of you, you can attest that you know how to do so, but you lack the proper knowledge on how a business should be built. So that is why you struggle all along in building a business. There is a huge difference between being a medical doctor and running a hospital. Very huge difference. So some of you wonder why you have the skill, but you don't earn as much as you want to, or you probably do not are not building the kind of business you want to. The challenge usually is because you don't understand how business, the tailoring business works. And that's why we're hosting these sessions called the Tailor Webinar Series. I don't think we've had anything as such in the industry where we gather tailors together to share knowledge, bring people who's built or who are building successful fashion brands to come share their wisdom, to come share what is working for them, insider secrets. I don't think we've had anything as such. And that is why Sopro stands out. That is what we're bringing. And we know it's helping a lot of you because we see your feedback. And tonight is not an exception. The person we have is someone who has an amazing brand, amazing fashion brand. She's doing exceptionally well. You know, she's going to be the first lady on the Tailor webinar series, the first lady we're bringing. And we are going to get a lot of your favorites on this Tailor webinar series. Trust me, we're already in talks with some of them. We're going to get your favorites. I'm talking about the big guys that you know, right? Your Instagram faves. We're going to get them to share their journey, share their stories, and bring enlightenment to help you navigate through this journey in building your business. Because our goal is to see that you build a well structured and a profitable business. So if you're ready for us tonight, just go to the comments and type I am ready. Go to the comments and type I'm ready. Our guest is super ready. She will be coming up shortly to share her wealth of wisdom and the things that have worked for her and the things that are still working for her. Insider secrets, something you probably will not hear anywhere, something you cannot Google. These are wisdom you can't find on Google, right? You probably might just search and search and search and never find it. These are things that actually work. So go to the comments if you're super ready and you're excited. You want us to bring up our guests, just go to the comments and type I am ready. Let me see your engagement, guys. Then if you haven't shared the session, go ahead and share it. My TikTok family, how are you guys doing? Yeah, Priska, I'm ready. Augustine, I'm ready. I see you guys. I see you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have no other but the amazing creative director of Kira Fashion Academy. She's been in the industry for some time now, and she's built an amazing business, an amazing business. The first time I stepped into her office, I was blown away. I was blown away, and she's doing amazingly well. The kind of things she makes, you would think they were probably imported. You wouldn't believe that these things are actually made in Nigeria. Guys, Nigerians are doing amazing things. And I know there are a lot of you out there who are doing amazing work. Amazing work. You need to give your work the needed visibility, guys. You're doing an amazing work. You need to give it the needed visibility. So tonight we have the creative director of Kira Fashion Academy. No other person but Winnie Atari. She'll be joining us shortly. Winnie is backstage and Winnie is ready. We're going to kickstart this interview shortly. My TikTok family, sorry, you're going to just be hearing her voice, but you won't see her face. So, but if you want to see her face, jump on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, all at SoPro, and you will find us here. Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Andrew. Good evening.
Yeah, Kira, good evening. Good to have you on the call tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting to be here.
Thank you for
Thank you.
actually inviting me. It's actually appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we don't take it for granted. We see what you are doing, and we say tonight you come and share insider secrets. You must tell us, like Nigerians will say, they say who you use. Kira, who you use. So guys, our people are ready. I know you can't see what is going on in the comments, but if you have a second device and you join live on the second device, you'll see what's going on in the comments. But people are actually super ready. So we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also on TikTok. But unfortunately, the TikTok family can only hear your voice. They won't see your face. Somebody already said, "Good evening, beautiful lady." Please focus, focus. They are seeing the beautiful face behind the brand. So,
Thank you.
good to have you, Kira. I'd like us to begin the conversations right away because we have quite a lot. I know there's quite a lot you want to share tonight, and there's quite a lot I want us to unpack tonight, especially when it comes to building a fashion brand and a fashion academy, right? And recruiting. Many tailors struggle with recruiting. But first, I want to start with asking when you decided that you were going to build a fashion brand, at what point did you decide that you were going to build an academy, a training school attached to it? And what made you to build a training school attached to your fashion brand? Yeah.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Thank you for actually having me here. It's a privilege, and I do not take it for granted. I really appreciate you. Okay, so the breaking point for me was the point where I knew that there was a part of me that was lacking, right? Starting a fashion brand for me generally was out of passion, not just because I liked fashion, but because I wanted people to wear my designs. I wanted to recreate something that wasn't out there for to see other people wear, or have other people buy it, wear it, style it, put out
Mm,
there, confident in, and all
mm,
of that. So where I actually knew that I had to start an academy was where I knew that there was a part in me that was lacking,
mm,
and that part of me that was lacking was the part where I knew that I actually had to impact other people with this knowledge that I already know. Why keep it when you know you can actually teach other persons? For
mm,
how long can you do it, and how long can you do it alone? You can't do it alone. That's just it. You can't do it alone. And then clothing or fashion is one thing that will never go out of style. It won't go out of our lives generally, because you must wear clothes. Every individual, from the day you were born till the day you will die, you will wear
mm,
clothes.
mm,
So it's not something that one person can actually do. So it was actually from a place of passion. And then when I knew that I was actually lacking, I felt like I was lacking. I knew, not like I felt, I knew that I was actually lacking in that point. There was this satisfaction that I wasn't really getting anymore. Okay, yeah, we were already creating your designs and then they were already out there. Okay. So what next actually? For you personally, for my life, what next? Actually, that was the question I asked myself. So this
mm,
thing that you know, are you it inside of you? Is it something you really, really, really want to do? And of course, it's not something that because you feel like there's a part of you that is lacking, or because you have a passion for it, you just start up. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You actually have to know how to do it. There's a
mm,
difference between just sewing and teaching.
mm,
Yes. So you
mm.
actually
That's true.
know how to do the, but it's not just that. So a lot of people can sew, but they can't teach, they can't transfer that knowledge to
Mm,
someone else. And that's why you see most people coming out to call a lot of fashion academies saying that they just wasted their money, or they didn't get value for their money and all of that. Because why? You can sew, but you actually can't impart that knowledge on someone else. You can do
mm,
it yourself, but that's why not everybody is a teacher. You don't see everybody in a classroom. Some people will tell
mm,
you, no matter what you break my head, I can't teach.
mm,
I won't. So, can you actually pass that knowledge to someone else?
mm. So you want
Yeah.
to
So
say
that,
that
and that
for you,
fashion academy is not for everyone actually.
okay. So for you, from if I get you correctly, it was purely based on passion that you decided that this thing I would want to. I'm passionate about impacting lives and just making dress for people and people looking beautiful in your dress, even though that's a way of impacting lives, but that didn't give you the kind of fulfillment you were looking for. You wanted more to impact life,
I want,
right? So
yes, I
from this
wanted
now,
more.
from this now, you're trying to say that beyond making money, when you transfer that knowledge into someone, it brings some level of fulfillment and satisfaction.
Total level, complete level of fulfillment and satisfaction is what I get. Especially when you see the person you've actually taught
Mm,
recreate something. Oh my God, it's like another that level, like you get another level of satisfaction. Like it's the wholeness for me. Like that is just what it is for me generally. Seeing that I can actually impact that knowledge, and then that person can actually use it, like to recreate something out of what they've learned or what we've taught.
So the
They can
first
even go
point
ahead
of
to
call for you.
it's like a recreational something. So
Yeah, so the first point of call for you was not even the money that you were going to make from having a fashion academy. It was something
wasn't
that was purely based on passion.
based on passion. If it's based on money, you have burnout when the money isn't coming. You feel
Mm,
like because the money doesn't always come, not the way people actually make it look like. They make it look like the moment you start making the money. No, that's not what it is. You have to build. You need to start from somewhere.
Guys, you
And
need to
then most
listen.
times,
There's something you just said. Sorry to cut you. Guys, you need to listen. There's something you just said that you see when if you start because of money, when the money is not coming, you will burn out. You see, it
yes, you
simply
burn
means
out.
that yes, it's good to business is set up because of money. You want to make money from your business from what you do. But if what you do, you are not passionate about it, because there will be times when money will not be coming from the business. There are times when just like planting a seed, right? I believe it's just like planting a seed. It's not the day you
Yeah.
plant a seed that you eat the fruit. So, but a farmer goes to the farm every single day, watering that same plant, hoping that one day they are going to feed from it. So, you see, building a business is totally different because some people want to start today and start making money today.
It doesn't work like that. That's why you see a lot of persons that there's some persons that even like invest so much into
Mm,
putting up brands. Apart from even fashion businesses, they're putting up businesses generally. They
mm,
invest so much into it. But because their first expectation is to make the money,
mm,
and it doesn't work like that for them, or their expectations of making money is not being met, you
mm.
see them closing business. The businesses just go into extinction. Everything just shuts down for them because they are the prior reason or the first reason why their priority was money.
So, money is
If your
good, but it's not enough motivation to start a business.
not, and it shouldn't be like the number one on your
Yeah.
scale of,
So, if you're not
let me say
passionate
your,
about this thing, just go and sell ice cream.
if you're not passionate about it, nah,
Guys, are you
you need to
listening?
be about it first. It's not the money first. Because
See,
most
I know.
I think I've seen one comment recently,
Hmm,
like a post, someone post and said tailors are the richest and still the most broke people.
hmm,
So for people that actually do it, today you have money, tomorrow something will come, maybe an investment or something will come that will just take up all the money. And
hmm.
sometimes the returns don't come immediately. So what do you do at that point when the money isn't coming? What keeps you going? It's
It's
actually
your
the passion. Well, the
passion.
money, yeah, come. The money will definitely come. But then it's your passion. That's the number one thing you need, your passion. So whenever you're tired, whenever you feel like quitting, and you remember the reason why you started, oh, because I love this thing. Oh, because I said I was going to actually impact people. Oh, because I said I was going to do this. There was a time I even taught for free.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. Yes. There was a time I actually taught for free. And then we still have like scholarship programs coming up.
Hmm.
Yes, that people will still come in to learn what's it called for free. It's like something we actually intend doing. Maybe from next year we'll resume back. But there were times where we had people, we've taught a lot of persons for free before.
Wow.
So imagine if money, we actually started it for money. There will be no room for that.
Hmm.
For one, I just impact somebody for free, or someone you know that okay cannot afford it, and you actually want to make their lives better because they really want to do this thing. So at that
Hmm.
point, what do you do?
I know we're going to come to the money part so that you don't scare some people now. They say, this one, is it a missionary journey? Am I going to do this thing and not make money? Because you can't be looking this good and not be making money from this. So I know we're
Nothing
going to
has
come to the money part, but it's good that we set the foundation right. That if
yeah.
your sole reason for doing this is just the money, there'll be days when the money will not come. And in those days, if you're not passionate about what you are doing, you will quit. That is why we need to get it right. It needs to start from the place of passion. So, but now let's move over to the next question for today. You know, one of the things that many tailors struggle with generally is in recruiting skilled laborers, right? And one of the ways I found that having a fashion academy helps with skill. One of the reasons why I encourage people to have fashion designers to have fashion academy is because I know it helps with that. So what the question I want to ask is now, why do you think it's so difficult in this industry to keep skilled people in your business? Why do you think to get skilled tailors and to keep skilled tailors? Why do you think it's so difficult? Have you experienced
Okay.
it? And if you experienced it, how were you able to beat it?
Okay, so first of all, you actually encourage designers to actually, or fashion designers to actually open fashion academies just to actually, what's it called, build that bridge or to cover that bridge or the gap
Yes.
between skilled tailors. Now, most times when persons come to fashion, when a lot of people register in what's it called, different fashion academies, most times when they are done, they actually want to start building brands
Mm,
for them. They actually want to just start making the money because that's what we always say in school: passion first before the money. And we actually just advise people to, even if you want to do internships, start from there. Don't
mm,
just learn called this fashion designing thing, and then if the next thing you want to do is you want to, what's it called, set up, oh, there's money in it, there's money in it, I just want to start making money, then you just go ahead to set up and then do stuff. Most times those people always come back. They come back to, okay, so how do I go about this thing? This thing isn't working like this isn't. So most times we actually advise, if after what's it called, after graduating from a fashion academy, if you can do internship and even work for like a year,
because
or
it's different. Having the skill is different from knowing how to run the
even
business.
the business, there are things they teach you in class. Not everything they will say in class. There's a
Mm,
part of running the business they might not teach. If you want to do like fashion business classes, they don't tell you everything that happens. Sometimes it's the experience. Nobody can come and explain the experience to you in class.
mm.
Sometimes while you are see what is happening and then how people are handling these things, when you come in as a staff, it's totally different from when you are a student.
Okay, so let me ask quickly. Now, in your early days, right? How did you go about recruiting tailors for your business? I know yourself, you have the skill, but I know that you didn't just go ahead doing it all by yourself. How did you? Because I know a
Yeah.
lot of people struggle with recruiting and keeping skilled tailors in their business, even if not people who come through the academy, right? But how did you go about keeping or recruiting skilled tailors for your business?
Okay, so first off, at some point when I started, I was actually doing it all by myself. But then, if you actually want to run a business, you can't keep doing it by yourself. You can't be the one to sit down there to do everything, right?
Guys,
But
are you
then there
listening?
is a, but then there's a point where you actually need to know that you actually need to break out. Like at this point, I can't sit here doing it because if I really want to run a business, then I can't sit here to do it all by myself.
Hmm.
You need help. First off, you need help. You don't need slaves to come and do it. You need help. You need them as much as they need you. That's
Hmm.
the first step. Secondly, who do I need? How many of them do I need for a start? If what you need to do is to employ one staff, please don't employ two. If you need
Hmm.
to start with one, as you're growing into the second one, you grow into the other one. So now, how do you keep these people? You keep this by building structures around your business.
Hmm.
First of all, what do you need? Who do you need? In what aspect are you lacking in
Hmm.
your business? So who are you bringing to fill in that space?
Hmm.
So that person you are bringing to fill in that space must know that there are rules and regulations. There's like an undertaking that they are coming to fulfill there, like an oath. Let's say an oath. I'm just using the word oath, not like oath in itself, but like an oath. So what are they coming to do there when they come? So first off is actually to know who you want. First off, know who you want. What are they coming to do? Make sure you have these things spelled out. Make sure you have them written.
Hmm.
So when they come, they know that these are the things they are supposed to do. Like these are my duties.
Hmm.
Of course, you need to have regulations actually guiding those duties. Because most times people will tend to forget the reason why they are there. But then you
Hmm.
need to keep reminding them, and then you just need to build structure around your business. What are they coming to do? What are they allowed to do? What are they not allowed to do? I
Mm.
think this is actually important in actually recruiting staff. Then secondly, how do you keep them? Most for me personally, I just think being very reasonable with them, or to be rational when actually what's it called, recruiting staff. When
Mm.
part of the we ask them is, how long do you intend working?
Mm.
Because you're coming, we actually know that you have a plan, or we assume you have a plan for your life. You don't
Mm.
intend being in for the next 20 years. I will send you away because you should have a plan. What do you
Mm.
want to do? After six, okay, I want to work for 6 months and then go to work, go to school. I want to work for 1 year and then after 1 year, see how I can set up my business. Oh, I'm here for this and I'm here for that. When you have that and have an undertaking, so that you will know when this person, the extent to which this person wants to stay with you. How long is this, the duration rather? How long is
Mm.
this person staying with me? When you have that, and then most times, please, please, and please, I always say this: when they come, you should know things about them, know a
Mm.
lot about them. Ask questions, if possible, collect numbers from where they worked before, because a lot of them have worked somewhere before coming. Collect numbers, ask questions, what happened, why. And then sometimes how to keep them too is, I think your mode of payment too also matters.
Mm. We're going to
Mode,
come to that. So, but since you are there already, just go
okay,
on. No, go on, go on,
okay,
go on. Let's talk about it. Because some
okay,
people recruit tailors, and you see, one of the reasons they leave is, if I'm not just in this industry, in any industry, right? One of the
yes,
reasons people will leave is because of the remuneration, when it's not
yes,
encouraging, and how people are
yes,
treated. So go ahead and talk
ex-
about your structure, how your structure look like.
okay, okay. So what we do is, it actually depends on the staff. There are some staffs that are on salary, like monthly salary, while
Mm.
others are on commission. So it depends on what works for your brand. Right?
Mm.
And then for commission payment is actually still broken further. It's not, you not just say commission and then at the end of the week you just say that, oh, since it's weekly payment, you just, whatever you do, I'll pay you at the end of the week. Whatever you do, I'll pay you what's it called, in 2 weeks.
Mm.
Most times keep them, or to know if they are going. Now, this is what works for me personally. It might not work for everybody. Now, let me start with my tailors that I pay based on commission, right? Now, if for example, we already agreed that whatever your mode of payment is by commission, tailors especially, when you come, let's take for example, you work for a week, or let's say a week, we don't do weekly payments, we pay every 2 weeks.
Mm.
And then that 2 weeks, we don't pay you 100%. We pay you 70% of your money. Then
Okay.
after another 2 weeks, we add up whatever it is you make again and pay you 70% of it.
Okay.
By so we have like a percentage of your money with us.
So that you don't just wake up one day and run away after
Exactly.
receiving.
So you give the work one halfway. Two, you
Mm.
don't just wait, not come to work. So we, from the agreement, like I said, when you build structures, of course, you have agreement and things like that to sign with these tailors. You will tell them, you will have it written in your agreement that this is what it is. I won't pay you every week. When I'm paying you at the second week, I'm going to remove a percentage. I'm going to take off a percentage, which is 30% for us. That's what we do. So
Mm.
now, when you want to leave, you will give us ample time. You will tell us, like you will notify us that, oh, the time I said I was going to be leaving, no, is near, or oh, I'll be leaving in the next 2 months, or I'll be leaving in the next 3 months. It should be written there, because from the beginning you already asked them how long they intend staying with you. But
Mm.
of course, you have your own side of the bargain, because if you don't, they will leave. There are people
Mm.
that will still live with you and go. So most times when it's now time for them to leave like that, and then they now inform us, oh, I'll be leaving in the next 2 months, or oh, the end of my agreement and everything. And of course, when we get to the end of the agreement, you can renew the agreement when the person wants to. But at least the person gives you ample time to actually
Mm.
maybe recruit staff or get a replacement or something. Then at that point, you can give them back their money. And of course, this money is also to help, because there's some outfits they make. These clients don't come to like maybe pick them up that week, because that's not when they're supposed to come for pickup. So it helps. When you spoil this fabric, we are using this money to replace it.
Mm.
Yeah, so
That,
even you
that gives
as
room for accountability.
exactly. So that money that we actually keep back, it really, really, really helps. So most times they're like undertakings, like I said, mode of payment, and of course be kind to them. Apart from the commission, there's something called I owe you.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's something called I owe you. Within the week, yes. Within the week, you can decide that maybe on Wednesday, you give them a part of their money, like a portion of their money. Maybe you agree on 10,000 naira every Wednesday. This actually helps them keep up because if you're actually a brand that have worked with a lot of tailors, you notice that most of them, when you pay them that money, after you can make the payment on Saturday and on Monday morning, they are asking you for money. Ma, please, I don't have
Hmm.
money for transport. Yes, or I don't have money that will keep me that week. So instead of them now coming to ask you for money every day, oh ma, please, I'm sick, I don't have money. Oh please, ma, I don't have transport. Oh ma, please, I need to eat. Instead of them coming back to you and disturbing you for money, I think when you
Hmm.
put that I owe you, it means that every Wednesday I'll give you. Let's say we agreed on me 10,000 naira. That means every Wednesday I'll give you 10,000 naira. Then
Hmm.
at the end of when I'm paying you your commission, I will minus that money that I owe you. You are the one owing me.
Hmm.
Before I give that money, the reason why it's not good to give it on a Monday is because sometimes they wouldn't have worked. So make sure the money you are giving to them is what you know they've worked for.
Hmm.
And that's the reason why most times it falls like Wednesdays. So if you work Monday and Tuesday, and I'm giving you your IOU on Wednesday, I am rest
Hmm.
assured that for Monday and Tuesday. So it's still part of your money with me that I'm giving to you.
Hmm.
So that means at second week, I'm going to minus the IOU that I've given to you and then give you your balance.
Now, there's something you spoke about apart from remuneration. You spoke about kindness, and I think it's quite
Yes, kind of.
important for employee and employer relationship because you see, if you want to build an actual business and not just a one-man show, not just a one-man hustle, because what we are talking about
Mm-hmm.
here is all about building an actual business. We want people to be able to move from just building a one-man hustle, right? And we want to
Yeah.
even see tailors being able to collaborate. You are just starting out.
Yeah.
Why start your own brand when there's someone else who's building something and you can probably work together to build something to an extent? I was at a meeting a few days ago. I'm coming back to that point of kindness. Let me just digress a little. I was at a meeting a few days ago and a guy was giving a speech and he said something very remarkable, something very striking. He said rather than own an ant, right? That many Africans, rather than share an elephant, end up owning an ant just because of the pride of I want to be the boss.
Yeah.
So we see this a lot in this industry. You just because you want to be
Yeah.
the boss, you want to be the one calling the shots, you go owning an ant when you can actually share in an elephant. So probably you're just starting out and you are not as big as you want. But there's someone who shares the same value, who is doing something great. You can partner, collaborate, and even learn in that process. So now,
Definitely.
that aside, let's come to the issue of kindness, right? You know, beyond this, we deal with human beings. These are human beings with emotions. People who go through stuffs. They might probably be time where they'll be sick, and they say people don't actually how do they put this statement now? People don't only remember how you make them feel. I'm forgetting how that statement works, right? But eventually, people just remember how you made them feel when they interact with you, not how much you actually gave them, but how much you made them feel. Now, what role do you think this kindness plays in dealing with your staff? Do you think, of course, you can be kind to some and they still leave, or do you think kindness is something very important that Taylor should look at? People, anybody you're trying to recruit people.
The thing is, as a person, you should be kind. This kindness now doesn't mean you should just be kind to only your what's it called, your employees and all of that.
Mm.
You will come up. There are some people that will help you in life just because
Sorry,
you're
sorry.
kind to them.
Before you go on, right? There's something that I want you to add. I want you to also answer. Now, want you to answer. Where do you now draw the line, right? Because you're dealing with human beings. Because I
No,
know some people will be wanting to. So go ahead.
okay. So now, as an individual, you actually need to be kind, whether to
Mm,
your employees, your neighbors, whether to whoever. So when you're
mm,
kind, it doesn't mean that because you're now recruiting staff or because you have employees you will now show them kindness, and then you're a different person as well because you want to keep them. Because it gets to a point where you actually just, because trust me, even out of this kindness, there are days you get angry.
Mm.
You're now in between. How do I talk to this person about this thing, or what level of kindness do I need to show them as regards different things that's happening with them, right? So
Mm.
generally, I just feel kindness is something that shouldn't be bargained.
Mm.
Generally, now towards your staff, like Mr. Andrew rightly said, these people are humans. They have emotions. They want to be as big as you. They
Mm.
want all of this. So where do you come in and where do you draw the line? Now, sometimes when you walk into, let's say, the production room, for someone that used to be all happy, all hyped, is all of a sudden sad. Because most times their mood can affect your work. Because this person is not happy about something, it can actually affect your work. And you can't
Mm.
come in there seeing even the reason why this person is angry. You're just entering and seeing that this person is moody about something, and then the next thing is you are shouting, "Do my work! Oh, that's the reason why you're here." No, most times it doesn't work like that. For me personally, what I do is most times I ask them, "Do you want to talk?" Or I tell my manager to ask, "Do you want to talk? What's going on with you?" So it doesn't affect the work. Do you need time off? Do you need some time off this work? So that whatever it is you're doing doesn't, like, whatever is going on with you doesn't affect the work. Even if it's just maybe like 10-20 minutes, it's okay. You can just go out, take fresh air, and come back to the work. It's fine. But then where you need to draw the line is you make sure that is the time you give to them that they are taking out. If not, sometimes when you say go for 10 or 20 minutes, that person can decide to go for 1 hour because they just feel like this is what it is. But of course, it's not every time you should do that. Because some people will say, and whenever I just do as if I'm moody, they'll give me some time off, maybe give me like 10 to 20 minutes for me to go and do whatever it is I want. No, I can't come today, see you moody, come tomorrow, see you moody, come next tomorrow, see you, still the same thing, and then every time I'm always giving you time off.
Mm.
No, it doesn't work. Once in a week, you can just decide, oh, this person is like this. And then sometimes to break in between works. When you make them work for 24 hours at a stretch, even you as a human, you will break down. Sometimes give them like time off to rest, actually, like time to rest off work. Not like sometimes you can even give them off days. Some people have off days,
Mm.
like 1 day off. Exactly. But of course, you need to have all those things, like I said, in your agreement with them. That's actually like another level of kindness.
Mm. So you
So
see how you, okay, go ahead.
where
Go
you need
ahead.
to draw the line is still making them understand that in as much I can be simple, but still very firm.
Mm.
You can even put things. If I say go for 20 minutes and you go for so time, I will minus money. You know that part they don't want to hear that you touch 1 naira. It actually keeps them on their feet. They don't want to hear that you
Mm.
touch their money. Oh, if I'm giving you 20 minutes and you go for 1 hour, you've actually bought my time and you will pay me for it.
Mm.
Exactly. So that's like me drawing the line. So they know that anything above 20 minutes, they actually need to be, either they will pay me. So before that time, you see most of them coming back to work. Just go clear your head. You don't need to talk to me about it and then come back.
Guys, this is a building a proper structure around your business. What you're trying to tell us now is that you see it goes beyond just sitting on the sewing machine and making clothes. This is drafting agreements, contract papers for your tailors, having rules and regulations, more or less like your constitution, what guiding principles in your business. You see, the average tailor don't have all these things, and they don't bother. You just bring somebody today, he starts working tomorrow. In fact, many of us, the way we learned how to work, our mothers just told one person that my son is coming to your shop tomorrow. Please accept him. Oh. So we just went and just joined, and we continued. In this
Yeah.
21st century, you can't build a business that way. A lot of tailors are losing data. That is important data, so that even when you want to access, when you are looking for loan, you're looking for grant, nobody's willing to give you money because there's no record as to how many students you've trained. We come to your business, there's no proper structure, anything goes, people walk in anytime and walk out anytime. Now this is building a proper structure, and that's what Winnie is showing us today. Now, but let's
Let me
get, okay, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say something. And I think sometimes after working with them, I think you should also have a time for everybody to actually read out this constitution just to remind them.
Hmm.
Some of them will have smartphones. Some of them will come and then it's maybe like torchlight phones that they have. So what do? Take the pain of printing this thing to remind them because sometimes they get relaxed. You can decide that okay, maybe during your staff meetings, maybe once in a month, even if you don't have like a lot of staff and it's just one person, it's okay. That person is still a staff. You can just carry that constitution, bring it to the person, just print it or have it somewhere in the room. You can frame it and just have it there. So that when the person goes against what has been, goes against the undertaking, you remind them and you show them, this is what it is. Can you read? If the person can't read, you can just maybe ask someone else to read it out to them so that they understand what it is. Like you have to remind them because sometimes they tend to
This is a
forget.
proper job you've got. Hmm.
For example, you're not allowed to bring in any other clothes. Let's say your own clients. You're not allowed to bring in your clients' clothes into what's it called, my business environment,
Yes, we are
which
going to
is
even
on.
come to that conversation, but thank God you are there. Now, when it comes to flexibility with tailors, right? How what is a no-no for you when it comes with flexibilities with your tailors? What is the where do you draw the line with regards to them doing their own thing? Where do you think a tailor, if
uh,
you're just starting out, where do you think you should draw the line?
personally, if you're just starting out, unless you do not have a lot of work. But for me, I'll actually advise you don't even start it. Because
Mm.
most times when you start, when you actually allow tailors come in to do their thing, like, oh no, you can bring your stuff to sew. When you actually allow them do that, thinking, oh, because you don't have work, so just to cover. At that point, Seth, I think you shouldn't even employ like a full-time staff. Whenever you have anything to do, you can just call someone in. When the person does it, the person should go. That's if you're just starting. But of course, at the point where you allow them do whatever it is they want to do, it's always difficult to actually draw the line. To now tell them, oh, don't bring again. They will now
Mm.
think you're a wicked and you don't want them to actually grow as big as you've grown, right? So most
Yeah.
times for me, it's actually part of our rules is that you don't bring in extra fabric. You don't even bring in extra fabric. Talk more of your customers' clothes. So when you're
So if
coming
if
in,
you want
because
to do it, you can go do your thing elsewhere, but not here.
exactly, do your thing. That you can take your off day to do your thing, but
Mm.
not here. But most times it's actually not easy to draw the line. And then sometimes we have a lot to do. So do you keep my work to do your own work? If you're a staff here, this is the reason why you're being employed. So when you come in, you do your work. You can take your off day to do whatever it is you want to do.
So what
But
you
for the
just said,
fact,
go ahead. Go ahead.
the fact that you're here or you're with us, it's actually a no-no.
So what you just said now, there's something important you just said that I wanted to highlight. That people should recruit based on their present need, the demand that they have. Because sometimes you just have people sitting around redundant. And that's what brings in that um, kind of culture into into your organization, what you're trying to build. Because there's just so many people just lying redundant, not doing anything, and you just keep taking in more because you are a very compassionate person. In fact, for many of us, that's how we learned where we learned how to work. To do, we just drag this person. And this person, he doesn't have anywhere to go. Let him join you people. Then he joins. And before you know, there's no culture, no organizational culture. So anything goes. And because anything goes, right? We are like a city without walls. And before you know it, the whole entire business comes crumbling. Now, quick
Yeah.
question. I want to ask, managing clients on its own is a whole lot of work. Clients are on you. You need to meet up with deadline. And managing a fashion school, a training center where you have to attend classes, organize sessions, teach, and all that. Now, how do you balance both? Is it that you have, for someone who is just starting out, how would you advise them to balance both? Are there times you carve out days for your trainings and times you carve out or you have separate rooms? What works?
Okay. So okay, so now for this, right? I think it depends on the individual and where you are
Hmm.
at the moment, right? Because most times you see some people in a very tiny space, but then they still want to train. while they sew? Can you do the both? You ask yourself, because most times I think we're not being sincere to ourselves. I think the first point is you being sincere to yourself. Like, have I actually gotten to the point where I need to start bringing people in to train? Or I just want to start training people because it's what is out there? It's like everybody now is training somebody out there. Is that what you really want to do? Or because you feel like or because you know you actually have the need to actually do it. So at that point where it's just you, and you're teaching, you're sewing, and you're teaching and sewing at the same time. Most times it's not easy doing the both, especially when you have a lot of clients and then you have deadlines. Will you
Hmm.
just bring this to sit down and be looking at you while you are doing this work? Because that's the reason why most academies, most fashion academies now end up giving their students the client's work to sew instead of them to actually be taught.
Hmm.
So when you to the point where you actually want to start training, where you want to have like a fashion academy, I will usually just advise, like I said from the beginning, have structures around your business. When you
Hmm.
have a structure, whoever is coming in will definitely should be able to teach like you will teach. So at the
Hmm.
point where it's just where you are just starting up, you can actually just employ somebody to sew while you teach, because that's very very important. Because sometimes you can actually, what's it called, you can't employ anybody off the streets because you need somebody to teach or because you need an assistant. You can just start from one. While you handle one, you can get someone else to handle the other one. So maybe all you need to do is supervise, to make sure that the person is doing what they're supposed to do. But at that point, whether you're small or big already, or even a medium, what's it called, establishment, you should have structure. Structure is just the main thing you need. Because if there's structure, anybody that comes in actually just follows what is already there. Because you already know there are things that and of course, your structure should be things that work for your business. Don't just copy someone else's. Even if you copy someone else's, add yours. Add what works for you generally. So I actually advise at that point, even if it's going to be something very minimal, like maybe peanuts that you're going to be paying that person, I think you should just employ someone else to do it. Because most times, because you're trying to meet up with your students, you actually get to disappoint your clients. So most times you now lose out on both sides because you're trying to do it alone or do it by yourself. So when you feel like you've gotten to that point, I will actually advise you employ, even if it's just a staff, where it's just both of you doing your thing, while one person is sewing, the other person is taking care of the students.
Amazing. So now, guys, I believe you are getting this. Somebody asked a question. I think we've actually addressed that, but maybe we just, I think two questions actually. Let's just highlight it quickly, then we'll move on to the next thing. This one says, when we talked about partnership, this question is from YouTube. It say, how do you know when to partner with a fellow colleague? How do you know when to partner with a colleague? Because we talked about, I think I was the one that raised that issue, but do you want to respond to that?
It's fine. Okay, so how to know when to someone is, let's take for example, it depends on what that person is doing, because fashion designing is broad, is very very broad. What are you doing and what is that person doing? How can that person actually come in to help you? Maybe at the point where you feel like you are lacking in a particular aspect and you know that that person is not, please don't be scared to confront them.
Hmm.
Don't confront them. Oh, I can do this. Why you can do this? If we do this thing together, we're going to achieve like an amazing result. So can we give it a try? It's not a big deal. Like you said, most persons is out of pride and all of that that make them not want to approach other persons that actually know how to do a certain thing, or to that know a particular aspect of fashion designing very well. So I feel when you know that you actually are not good in a certain what's it called, aspect, and that other person is good, it's not a bad thing to actually approach them. At that point, you need collaboration.
Fantastic.
Or
I
even
think.
apart from
Hmm.
you're actually good in it. Sometimes you are both good in what
Hmm.
it is, but maybe that person actually has more social media audience than you do. You can actually just ask for a collaboration, because by the time they post it, it actually gets to you too, and actually
Hmm.
introduces your brand out there too. So
Fantastic. I think you just you there's no. No, I don't think there's anything I really want to add. Even if I want to add, I would just say there is actually probably no specific time that you say this is the time that I want to partner with somebody. It's just based on your need. And when you see that you've been at a spot for so long and you are not making as much progress as you should, the areas you are lacking, and you find someone who is doing something complementary, something that goes with what you want, just like Kira said, why not be open to collaboration? Like they say, collaboration is the new competition. Why always struggling? That's why you see in this part of the world, we just own small, small things scattered here and there, and nobody's willing to collaborate because everybody just wants to be the boss. As long as you can define clear terms, it is very, very okay to work with people, especially when you are starting out. And people can eventually, you can eventually go separate ways, having done something before. Nothing stops that, but it's always good to collaborate. There's this other question that we'll just respond to quickly. This person says, when you talked about um, not allowing your tailors to make their clothes, this person said, what if they need to make their own personally? What if it's their own personal clothes? What do you do? How
Okay,
do you handle?
do you actually okay, do you need to bring in your personal clothes every time? Like personally, like I said now, to every general rule, there's an exception, right? That
Hmm.
exception to us, for example, if you're a Muslim and Salah is closed, of course we allow you. If you're a
Hmm.
Christian and Easter or Christmas, oh sorry, of course we allow you.
Yeah,
But then, like
sorry.
we said, off days.
Hmm.
You're not working. You're not going to be working 6 days in a week. You have,
Hmm.
let's say, a day. You can use those days, your off days, to do whatever it is you want to do. But except maybe during celebrations and all of that. For us,
Okay, thank you. I think you did justice to that. Now let's come to the money part. You see, it's getting sweeter as we are going. Now, the money part, how do you how would you advise tailors to monetize training school, tailoring training school? How would you advise them to use it to generate consistent income beyond just making clothes for clients, right? How can you advise tailors to use this as another hustle? Let me use that word, right? That generates income for them. Because what we are looking at from our title, we talk about how to build a fashion school that what makes that earns you millions, right? Because we don't just want people to do things, and of course we know that passion is involved, but you need money to pay your rent, you need money to pay your staff. So how do you build structure your fashion school in such a way that it generates consistent cash flow for your business?
okay. Okay, so for this now, when you actually or maybe come up with the idea of starting a fashion school or a fashion academy, the first
Mm,
question is um what aspects in what aspect or what exactly do I need to or do I want to impact
mm,
on this other person? So when you have that, you also need to build a structure around it. I always say structure is what works, right?
mm,
Structure is because whether you are there or not, when you set a structure, whoever comes will just align with whatever structure is already there. So when you have that structure, whoever comes in just goes with the flow, goes with whatever is there. Let me not say go with the flow because of course there are rules and your duties, everything is assigned to you. That's how you go.
mm,
Well, then now, in setting most times, let's say fees, let's say school fees and how to go about it, you need to actually calculate. You need to calculate so that you are not running at a loss. And when I say calculate, now I mean the place where you are. Let's say you're renting the building, you don't own the building, and you're renting the building. How much are you actually paying for that building?
mm,
At that, how much are you paying? Are you going to be paying what's it called? Your staff or whoever will be what's it called having that class. Do you understand? And then how much are you going to get as an individual? This will also how much do you need to run your business, to run that aspect, because you can't say because you actually have like the sewing part you will now let that one take care of the academy. No, everyone is running individual, like independent on its own. So you can't say the fashion academy should actually cover up for the for the sewing part or for the brand itself. No,
Mm.
everything, like I said, it depends on where you are, right? And then how many students do you think you can take per time? You should know that too. Don't just admit students for the purpose of admitting, not because you want to collect the money. How many persons? Let's say, for example, you can admit 10 persons per time. How many times in a year, or what's the duration? Is it 3 months? Is it 5 months? Is it 6 months? If it's 6 months, that means you already know that you're actually going to be admitting maybe twice in a year or 4 times in a year. It depends
Mm.
on how you run the program. So that 4 times in a year, you should actually divide the rent, what you're going to pay staff, or what your rent, whatever it is you're going to be paying your staff, and then as an individual, at least not out of greed, like I said, so that people can come and learn, right? And to keep people coming back. Because sometimes if you're too expensive, people are not getting value for their money, they won't come. They won't come. Because trust me, recommendations works a lot. If you have a student that actually talks about you outside, like preaches about your academy, more persons will actually come to your school than you just putting it out there.
Mm. I was
And
coming to that. I
most
was coming to marketing, but you're already there. Just go ahead.
so most times what I will advise you do, or what I do personally, is how much do I pay for rent? Let's say, for example, I'm renting the space. How much do I pay for rent? In a year, how many students can I train? You can actually just have that division, have it, do that mathematics, how it works for you. And then your staff, how much are you paying your staff? How many staffs do you have? Do that mathematics. And then, of course, you are human, you have to pay yourself, add yourself to it, because you have to pay yourself salary from whatever is happening there too. You add yourself to, because of course at that point you're also a staff there. So how much are you doing? Then add all of this and then divide by the number of students that you have. And of course, does the business need money too? Yes. Because of course, like we said, apart from passion, the other reason why you're doing that is for money, to actually make profit. But of course, the business, why is a business? Because it needs to have money on its own, not your personal money, not money that is coming to your pocket and then you say that money is for the business. No, the business needs to have money on its own. That's what keeps it growing. That's the reason why you can do a lot of things, not your personal money putting into it. The money you generate from the business should be able to go back. So definitely those are the things you add up, and then maybe add whatever it is you feel the business will need at that point. Please don't be in a one shop somewhere and collect ridiculous money because you just want to blow, or you just want to do, what's this song now? It's a testament that God is good, because that is actually what is happening everywhere.
That's true.
Everybody
That's true.
do this
Mm.
testament that God is good. Please,
Mm.
until you get to that point, don't rip people off.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that's one other thing that can keep you going, that can keep people coming back. When you know that they are not ripping, you're not ripping them off because you want to do, this is a testament that God is good, like everybody is doing online. So I think when you set structures and everybody knows that this, when they're coming back, this is what they're coming to do, whoever you employ, whether you're there or not, but they know that when they come, this is what, there's already a structure, and this is what I'm following. Please don't just employ because you need a staff. If that person doesn't meet, is not meeting up to their expectations, or are coming up into their responsibilities, please let them go.
Mm.
There are people out there who are looking for this work. There are people out there who can do it excellently.
Mm.
So please, sometimes, because it's a business, if not, you will be the one, your business will suffer. And you will suffer in return, because everything will definitely bounce back on you.
You've
Yeah.
mentioned
So I
quite a whole lot of things that I want to pick one after the other, right? But the first one I want to pick is when it comes to mindset. What would you say to a tailor a young tailor, but they've been in the industry for some time, but they are scared of expanding because will I be able to afford the rent? I know that you were not always this big. I know you also want to, there's somewhere you still want to get to, but I know you were not always like this. At what point did you say that this, because the edifice I came to that I saw, at what point did you decide that I can own this thing? I can pay for this space, right? I can use this space. what were the mindset changes that happened to you? And what would you advise a tailor who is just starting out and is scared? They are scared of, are you sure I'll be able to, when I want to expand to this level so that I can do more, are you sure I'll be able to pay my rent? Because you mentioned dividing the number of students that you can take in a year with your rent and the money you need to pay your staff, just generally the money you need to run your business so that you know what to do. So at what point what were the mindset changes that happened to you to be able to take such leap?
Okay, so I think I'll just use this to share a part of my story. A
Okay.
part of my story. If time permits, but I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to say so much, but at least I'm just going to pick points right now. I started on my own. First off, I started on my own, and I started from my room. Actually, there was a time where I was sewing in my room where I had
We
just
want to
one
hear the
sewing machine.
story. How did you move from your room to, because
Exactly.
many people are still in their rooms and they're wondering, how do I move to a bigger space? Go ahead,
There
please.
was a time where I was in my room sewing.
Mm.
Now, at the where I knew, because of course, while you are there, what you're trying to do is you're actually trying to expand as an individual. You're trying to get more clients, more paying clients, not the clients that will just give you work and then make you suffer. Of course, you're trying to get more paying clients. So, how do you know that it's actually time for me to leave this space or for me to actually expand? Now, from my one room, I didn't just move to the space where I am today. I actually moved to a room and parlor, right?
Okay.
Where I stayed in the room and I walked from the sitting room.
Okay.
I stayed and then I walked from the sitting room. At that point, I knew that at the point where I knew that I couldn't actually do it on my own, that I needed help. I needed other persons to actually help. Like I needed, even if it's just a staff, to come in. At that point, I knew that, of course, staying in this space would not be enough. And that was the point where I actually moved. But then, was it my personal money that fueled it? No, it was my business. So until you get to a point where your business can actually afford something better or something bigger, rather, please stay where you are.
Mm.
Because as an individual, you actually need to be serious with it. If you're also not serious, you won't get to that point. So when you build your business to a point where you know that you actually need extra hand, you need someone to actually help. Like you also know when you get to that point that you need expansion, that you actually need to move from where you are.
Mm.
So at the point where I knew that okay, I had to move from this point to the other, or where I knew that okay, I needed one more hand, somebody that will come and help, right? Moving out at that point was like the breaking point for me when I expanded, my first expansion ever.
Mm.
After that, I had more people. People could walk in, people could do whatever. It wasn't just now me going to deliver to people just coming to see, like coming into my house to see whatever it was again. At that point, people could walk in to fit their clothes, they could come pick, they could send, they could just walk in at that point. So I knew that okay, coming at that point was like a shift for me. Then after having that one staff, things started getting better because I started putting myself out there the more. Then I got a second staff. Why? Because I needed more hands to be able to meet up with timelines.
Mm.
As time moved on, that space became smaller. That space actually became smaller. So most times but of course, the time the space becoming smaller doesn't mean that we just collected fabrics and kept. It meant that the business was getting better. If the business wasn't growing, we won't move because of course your business is supposed to actually pay your rent.
Mm.
But you know a lot of
Supposed to generate enough cash flow to sustain itself.
somebody will dash you money or somebody will pay your rent for you, and then you think, oh, the testament that God would know. Until
Mm.
your business can really generate money for you to move, please, it's not time for you to move yet. But if let's say for example, you're in a room and parlor, you're in a 2 bedroom, and you feel like, oh, I'm getting more students. Let's say for example, you're training people, and now more people are coming in. and then we need to move to a bigger space. Of course, knowing that the business can actually pay it, can actually afford it.
Mm.
Always move where your business can afford. If not, you actually like get to a point where you'll be stuck. And of course, you don't want to be in a place where what's it called? You can't pay the rent, or where you can't buy, and then you are there just managing. One day the person will just come and send you away, and there's nothing you do about it. You definitely go back to what it is. So I just feel until you know that your business has grown to a particular level, of course you'll be scared. But then, like I said, make sure your business pays that rent and you have the clientele, like paying clientele. Let's take, for example, another thing you can check is I have, let's say, for example, you have 10 people that will sew clothes every month. You are very sure that these 10 people will make clothes every month. It depends. Let's say, for example, you are charging 10,000 naira. If 10, let's say 10 or 10 to 15 people, you are very sure that you will sew for them every month. Those 10 to 15 people, how much do you charge them? Do you get, after you minus everything, what's your business getting? After you've done all the mathematics that comes into your business, what's your business getting? If you're very sure of those 10 to 15 persons and then you multiply it by 12, which is 1 year, can you actually pay? Because those are the people you know as your clients, not the ones that will come along the way. The ones
Mm.
you have, the returning clients, not the ones that just make clothes with you once, your returning clients that you're very sure will make clothes. Let's say, for example, every month, I will make clothes for this person. How many clothes? Let's say, for example, three clothes, and you have 10 people. You are very sure that you are making this number of clothes in a month. So multiply it from January to December. Can I afford this rent? And please, when I say can I afford this rent, it doesn't mean you are using your whole money. You'll be using your whole money now to go and pay rent. That means you are just working to pay rent. The business does not have, you can't also take care of yourself.
Mm.
And also, those are the things you should actually check. That you have the clientele,
Mm.
actually. You have the clientele. And then when you get to that point, do you actually need help? Do you need assistance already? Do you need more space? If not, please stay in your room for now until you get to that point, actually.
So, guys, if we all got what Winnie has said all through in answering that question, is that you grew through the ranks. You didn't just appear where you are, because you see, there's this temptation to believe that there's somebody bankrolling this person, or there's this person, God has favored this person, or it's just a miracle. You see, from the
Being a
story.
very difficult because a lot of people will think that there's somebody somewhere doing something, paying money, giving you money, just
Mm,
especially being a lady. So a lot of I know a lot of this you can relate to the.
in fact, with some of the trending things now, we had that some people are opening universities teaching men not to give women money again. So, of course, it's so so of course it's actually something that a lot of people will think there's just someone bankrolling you, and they just keep waiting for that imaginary helper to come. But if you observe from what Winnie has said, she grew through the ranks. You kept expanding based on the demand from your clients. You kept expanding, you kept growing. And you see, this can only be possible because you have proper structure around your business. There's something key that you mentioned. You said if you have, say, for example, you have 10 returning clients and you know that they make 3 clothes every month. How would you know this if you don't have data for your business? How would you know if you don't even know who is making clothes with you? You don't know how to follow up on clients to know if they're going to make another clothes. You see, this industry is one industry that will never go out of fashion. People would always wear clothes. It doesn't matter the innovation. I've not seen that AI that is going to come and replace tailors, that's replace cloth making. I've not seen that AI that people will no longer need to wear clothes. People would always need to wear clothes. It means that your job as a fashion designer, you always have work to do. You always have work to do. Ever since Adam messed up, we now have jobs. So you always thank God for Adam. So you see, but how would you know your returning clients? How would you know how much you earn in your business if there is no structure? Some of you don't have corporate accounts for your business. You own a business, you are still receiving all the money with your personal account. So you don't even know how much you earn. So you can't tell, you can't estimate how much you're going to earn at the end of the year to know the kind of office you need. So you just stay at one spot. And something else that is inspiring about the story you shared is that you were someone who was desiring of more, right? You were always desiring of more. You were from your room, you moved to a room and a parlor. From there, you moved again. So there's this progression. For some people, once they just have what to eat, nothing concerns them again. They don't want to think about anything. They don't want to have future plans, no vision, nothing. So they don't take more responsibilities. They don't market more. They don't get more clients. They don't save to move to the next level. All these things are things that Kira has shared with us. Now, one important question as we will soon round up. Now, you talked about paying yourself as a tailor, paying yourself as an entrepreneur. One of the difficult things to do when starting a business is paying yourself. You can pay everybody, but you struggle with paying yourself. How did you go about it? Can you share with somebody who is here watching? And probably every other person in the business is being paid. All their tailors are being paid. Client is smiling, but the only person that is not smiling is the owner of the business. Please tell us how did you handle this?
Okay, so I'm going to be very sincere. Of course, I've been sincere from the beginning of this session. Sincerely, I wasn't paying myself at first, and I
Mm,
didn't know. I didn't know I was getting paid. Maybe like after like 2 months, I'll just maybe buy one very nice bag. I'll just say, "Kai, I've been suffering now," and then the
mm.
person suffering should also
You
enjoy.
feed,
Maybe
feed,
I'll just buy
feed the
a bag,
body that makes the money.
and then I'll just buy one nice bag, and then the following month, same thing. Like I
Mm,
pay this tailor, pay my staff, I pay I pay monthly, I pay every 2 weeks, except me.
mm.
Actually, so one of the person that actually corrected this for me was my mentor. Please, 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 most times have somebody you are looking up to. Be close
My
to them
goodness.
and
Mm,
hold the hem of their garment. They know these things. They've been there.
mm.
They've been there, so they will tell you. So I actually explained to her. She asked one day and she's like, Winnie, are you sure you're paying yourself? Because until you start paying yourself, you've not started this business. So you are just working for other people. You've just set up a business for other persons. And I'm like, oh, this is actually true. So, like we said, everything most times boils down to structure.
Mm,
Now there is a salary plan for everybody. So at the end of the month, I am getting this person is getting this, that person is getting that. So it is very, very, very important for you as an individual. If not, most times you feel like nothing is actually happening. You feel nothing is happening in the business. Like you said, every other person is ready. Or let's say, when you set up a payment structure for everybody, including yourself, and then that's actually, you need to set up a payment structure. Basically, that's it. Payment structure. That's what you need to.
fantastic. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Are you still there, Winnie?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Quickly, right? There's this question that I wanted to ask. It almost skipped my mind before we try to wrap this up. Now,
Okay.
when it comes to marketing,
Okay.
especially for your fashion academy, now, how do you ensure that you have consistent students for your fashion academy, right? And what role does marketing plays? I know you already answered it in a way because you talked about referrals, your past students referring you again and all that. So, but are there other means? Are there other strategies that one can engage in to ensure that they have students consistently, paying students for their fashion school?
Okay. You hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you. Even though it's a bit, the network is shaky a bit, but I can hear you. Can you hear me, Winnie? Okay, while she's trying to sort out her network, let's just give her a moment while she's trying to sort that out. I believe she'll be back shortly. She will join us shortly.
So
But
can
if
you
you've gotten value so far from the session, okay, I think she's back. Winnie, I can hear you. If you can hear me, I can hear you.
okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Winnie, can you hear me?
Oh my gosh.
Loud and
What's
clear.
happening? Can you
Even
hear
though,
me?
yeah, the network is not. Yes, a bit, a bit. I'm still struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, why Winnie? Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, okay, okay. I think it's better now.
Yeah, it's better now. It's better now. I think
I
something
think
just
it's
happened
better
with the
now.
network. I don't know. Yeah, it's better now.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so can you
Yes. So I said, you already talked about how you get students, how tailors can get students consistently for their brand. You already talked about how you can use referrals from your previous students if you treat them well and all that. Now, but are there other means? Are there other ways? What other roles do marketing play in getting students consistently? Winnie, can you hear me? Okay, I think Winnie is having a bit of challenge with her network. While she's trying to sort that out, just let me know if you're getting
yes,
value
can
for the
hear you. Yes, I
session.
hear you.
From this session, just go to the comments and give me the fire emoji. If you are getting value for this session, just drop your favorite emoji. Let me know if you're getting value so far. We'll soon wrap this up. By 9:30, we should be done with tonight's session. But Winnie, if you are back, I think it seems like it's a lot better. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, okay, okay. So did you get the question or should I reiterate?
No, I got the question. I got it. Now,
So can you
now
just
a lot of us actually take social media for granted, including me, including me. Like before now, actually, or let's say before now, I was someone that just felt post for posting. Why? Because my business was on recommendation. So that work like oh, you do something for somebody, so someone learns from you, the person goes out to what's called broadcast news and all of that. But then social media is actually another aspect. Different platforms, not Facebook and TikTok for granted. Facebook and TikTok especially for granted. Most times you see that a lot of people, and if you have, you can run sponsored ads, like small ads, maybe for visibility or something, not for view, for anything, for visibility mostly, because a lot of persons need to see. And then don't stop posting.
I think Winnie is having a bit of challenge with her network, but let me just pick up from what she's saying. You see, some of us we treat a business like um, I'll give this analogy.
Can you hear me?
You are building something. Okay, Winnie, are you back? Okay, I think something just went wrong with the network, but however, I think it looks stable now. It looks stable now. It
Is it
looks
better
stable
now?
now. Far better. Yes,
Okay, so
I
did
think
you
it's back.
guys?
Yes, I got you. I got some of the things you said.
Okay.
So, but you can reiterate if
So
you want.
I'll just go. Okay. So I talked about social media, the power of social media. Apart from recommendation, which is one that works, recommendation actually works very well. And that's part of the things that actually was working for me that actually made me not pay so much attention to social media at the early stage, actually. But not now, not at the moment, because I know what social media has done for me at the moment. At the moment, right? So it's something I actually do not joke with. So if you have money, even if it's just small ads for visibility, not for likes, at this point, most times it's not the likes. A lot of people will see these things and not like. A lot of people will see your work out there and not like your work. They won't comment, but they are in your DM. But they are in your
Hmm.
DMs. They are DMs. They are patronizing you, like not patronizing you small or big. They are coming to register. They are sharing it. They are telling other persons about it. Sometimes when you post on social media, the person that even sees it is not the person that needs it. So that person
Hmm.
shares it with who needs it. So social media is actually a tool that a lot of us are taking for granted. At this point, I think you should keep posting. Like I said, you don't need to spend so much on ads, but at least maybe once in a while, you can just try to do it for visibility so that more people will get to see your brand. So social media is actually a very big tool, a very, very big tool that a lot of us are taking for granted. So I'll actually advise, if you've not been doing anything on social media or you've not been taking it seriously, please, 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 please do not joke with it. Whether you're getting one like or you're not even getting likes at all, please keep posting. People are seeing it. They might not like, they might not comment, but trust me, one day they will be in your DM. They
Hmm.
will send it to people. They will send it to people that need it, and then those persons will definitely patronize you. They will come to your school. They will sew with you. They will do stuff with you. So, social media, a very big tool.
Now, if I'm going to add to that, you see, I still wonder why people build businesses today without having a marketing budget. It's just like the time of our parents. People just wake up in the morning, open shop, and fold their arms and wait for and pray to God for customers to come. It no longer works because your customers are online. You see, it's not having a budget for marketing or not being visible on social media, not running sponsored ads for your work is more like you spending probably hours, months, weeks to design a beautiful piece, right? And you invite people to come and see it. Then you put the piece in a room that is dark, the lights are off. Then you ask them to see it. That's what it means. You are doing so much, you are doing so well, but nobody's seeing you because you are not visible. And we addressed this in our last session. Thank God the person we brought was a brand expert, and he spoke a whole lot about personal branding for your business and business branding and all that. If you are not visible in today's world, you are doing a whole lot and you are not visible. There is organic traffic, there's paid traffic. Like Kira said, be generating organic traffic, but also reserve some budget draft a budget for marketing, for paid ads. Let people see what you are doing. Some of the people who will come into your DM are people who probably never liked your post, never commented on any of your posts, but they are the ones coming into your DM to do business with you. So, not running ads, not being visible on social media is like putting your masterpiece in a dark room, a room that is not lit, and expecting people to see it. You see, in today's world, it's so easy to be seen. It's so easy to be seen, right? It's so easy. It's so easy before you know 100. Do you know what it means for 100 people to see what you are doing? Just try to put 100 people in a room. Share flyer to 100 people and see how difficult it is to share flyer to 100 people. The old system of marketing, right, that's outdated. You can employ that, but much more. Social media is a powerful tool for anybody to change their life. Thank you so much, Winnie. You've done an amazing work tonight.
I'd like
Okay,
to
you
add
want to say
something to that.
something? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes. Now, for the fact that they said do like or have a marketing budget and all of that, it doesn't mean that on every post or you now have to waste spend the whole money you have or the whole money you spent
Mm.
on in what's it called marketing because you
You
want
are
to
just
do
chasing
sponsored.
clout in that case,
Eh,
with no
not
strategy.
the go about it. You actually need to be very strategic in
Hmm.
doing that. So you can post like let's say for example you want to make 10 posts. You can post let's say 4, the fifth one can be the ad. can be the one you use for maybe marketing, promoting. You can promote the fifth one, because most times when people see those promotions, they come to your page. So when they come to your page, they can see what you've done before. So most times you really do not need to, and most times when they come, they follow you. They follow you, they like whatever it is you're doing. So most times it keeps them back, glued to your page. They keep coming back to your page. So please don't spend all your money on sponsored ads. But is it important? Yes. Just be very strategic with it. Thank you.
Awesome. There's this question this person asked, and I just want to respond to it quickly. Person said about social media. Will you suggest we use for visibility the brand name or personal account? Well, you see, there's a way to look at it. I'll respond to it, then I'll allow Kira to also respond. You see, people naturally connect with individuals. People connect with people, personal brand, more than business brand. And I'll give you examples. Go and check UBA, the UBA account on Instagram, and check Tony Elumelu's account on Instagram. UBA probably has maybe 20,000 followers or so. Tony Elumelu should be having over 2 million followers. And you see, Tony Elumelu is a personal brand, UBA is a corporate brand. Having a corporate brand for your business is good, but people connect with you better. I'll give example for people in this industry. You know, some of your faves in this industry, Vicky James and the likes. They have brand pages for their corporate brand, but much more they are pushing their personal brand, because you see, human beings connect with human beings much more than we connect with companies or entities. Same thing goes for check. Look at with some of your favorite pastors. Some of you don't even know their church handle. If I ask some of you, do you follow your church page on Facebook or on Instagram? You don't. But do you follow your pastor? You do. Why? Because you connect more on a personal level. So yes, it's good. You must have a corporate brand, a corporate account for your business, but much more push your personal brand. Your personal brand is what eventually drives your corporate brand. And even if you have a corporate brand, some people mix it up. They still put themselves in their corporate brand a whole lot. So you see people doing it in this industry. Some of their corporate pages, some of your faves, you see that if you go to their corporate pages, they are still the ones. You see them a whole lot doing things, right? You see their face. And that is because they are the ones you connect with. So, Kira, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, to this question. Yeah.
Okay, so just add to what you said, right? Okay, let's say for startup, until you've built your brand to a certain extent, right? I think you should collaborate with both your personal brand and then your business brand, because like he rightly said, people do it. Let's take for example, okay, let me not even use anybody. Let me use myself. If I post my personal myself on my business page, the engagement is usually even more crazier than when I just post maybe someone else's post. The engagement, like you could see the comments, even my DMs everywhere is full,
So will
because
people want to
it's
see
me.
Kira?
So even though at some point I stopped posting me, I stopped posting my face. I just wanted it to be business. But I noticed I was actually just doing myself, because now I actually follow. Let me use somebody. Let me use Vicky James as an example. I followed Vicky James before she got to this stage. So at some point she had just this page, just one page. So she built that page by herself. She was the one that was there mostly. She was the one that was there until she got to a certain stage where she knew that the corporate what's it called, account or the brand can stand on its
Just
own.
survive on his
Then
own.
now brand. If not, most times it's actually advisable you do the both of them together to get the engagement you need, to get the visibility, to get everything you need. And then when you know that the corporate account or the corporate brand can stand on its own, when people already know you and know that this is what you stand for, then at that point, I think it's okay to now let everything stand on its own. That's now building you as a brand and then building a corporate, what's it called, brand. But if you've not gotten to that, especially as a startup, please, having the both of them like that, one would definitely suffer. Or better still, when you're posting, you can just collaborate, especially you can do Instagram collaboration. You can collaborate so that everything is showing on the both pages. But sometimes when people see that what you have here is what you have here all the time, they will just decide to unfollow one and just be following one. So until you get to a certain age or a certain level, I'll still advise most times just keep up with one, but make sure you are not just posting your personal picture where you are doing guy for your business. This thing where you're wearing a jean and a shirt on your business page. Make sure you are trying to still portray something that
You
you
are
made,
strategic.
something
Mm,
still know what this brand stands for, even though I'm the one wearing it.
amazing. Fantastic. Guys, have you got value thus far? This session has been amazing. Thank you, Kira. Now, I just want to ask any last words for final advice for any tailor out there who is probably struggling and wanting freedom. They want to free themselves because this industry can just tie you down without doing anything. Can you what's one advice you want to probably give to that tailor that is looking out for freedom?
First off, I will say hang in there because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy anywhere, whether here or wherever it is you want to move to. It's not easy. Hang in there, right? Your breakthrough is almost here. Just hang in there. That's one. Two, what are you actually doing? Are you trying to do everything because you're just trying to survive for now? Is that the reason why you're having burnout? Is that the reason why you feel like it's not working for you? What do people actually know you for? What can you do? Are you into ready to wear? Are you into hot couture? What are you doing? If it's ready to wear, like I said, sometimes it's the people around you that helps you. People around you. If you can get like 5 persons, make a particular design. Oh, I made this. Oh, and then they see that your work is good and neat. Make sure it's what they can wear. Sometimes start from around you. People around you, what do they like? What can they wear? Is it streetwear? Is it corporate? Is it, do they like to cover themselves or they like to expose themselves? What works for your brand? What kind of brand are you build? So when you have these people around you, it actually helps you because those are the people that when you can't actually, or when you feel like you don't have things to do. I'm saying this now because, okay, let me just start with my early stage. When I started initially, this was what helped me. My personality, because most of the persons I had around me were like me. So when I make a particular thing, most times I sell it to them. Oh, I made this thing. Oh, it's really nice. Can you make for me? Little by little, you save their contact so that they will get to see when you post, even if it's on WhatsApp, Facebook, anywhere. Just make sure you keep posting. Like that, they get to see. If you make like two pieces of that stuff, you've made some amount of money. That person will wear it out, another person will see and want it for the fact that it's their style and it's what they want to wear. So most times you market to the people around you first because those are like your first clients, the people around you. And they are actually your major marketers because when they step out in your piece, other persons get to see them. So while you are still there and you feel like these things are not working for you, when you get to a point of view, oh, no clients, no whatever, just try to get 1 or 2 persons. Try to make something very simple for them, mostly what you know they like or what fits or suits their personality and not off their personality. 1 or 2 of them like that can help you market your brand and bring other persons. But what I would just say at the end of this is hang in there. Hang in there, bro. Yes. Your breakthrough is here. Hang in there.
Awesome, awesome, guys. We've gotten massive value, and the people are excited. Kira, thank you so much. One final word before you go. I will let you go. Just want to milk everything, just getting value from this session. I know I said one advice, but you ended up giving us a master class, a whole lot of things here and there that we need to unpack. But one final question. Now, what do you think about SoPro? The impact that SoPro is going to make in to tailors, in the lives of tailors, and in the industry as a whole. What do you think about the impact?
Okay, so first off, let me sound like the Gen Z that I am not. You know, go download SoPro app, okay?
Una they hear, but when we launch, we want
You
nothing
know,
less than 5,000 downloads. Go ahead.
like you need SoPro app, okay?
Mm,
An app that can help you record everything, like
mm,
everything you need, everything like that will stand as a reminder,
mm,
that will help you your measurements, that will keep your data. Like whenever you need it, you can always go back to it to pick. Personally, I can't even wait. Like,
Mm.
I can't even wait. I've been asking and asking because everybody needs this. And I think this is like the first of its kind, right?
Mm.
This is like the first of its kind. I don't think I've heard of an app that actually has all of these applications. Like, you have where to keep your data, you have like a little croquet to actually, what's it called? Sketch whatever your client wants. You have a timer to remind you of when you're supposed to deliver that work.
Tailoring
I
made
think
easy,
everybody,
man.
exactly. I think that's the word. Tailoring made easy. And personally, I can't wait. And it's actually going to be a shift
Mm.
for everybody. So Pro is actually going to be create a major shift in the fashion industry. Because like I said earlier, this is what everybody needs. Some of you is on jotters, you write measurement. Tomorrow you can't find it. Some
We
of
want
you
to help
rain
you
will be
throw those jotters away. That's 1990, giving 1990 vibes. Go ahead.
the good thing the good thing with Sopro app that I know is even if you misplace your phone and you download that app, you have everything that you all your what do they call it now? That I say your
Your
password
data,
and your
all your data.
the word.
You just
Your
have your
login
password
details,
and you can recover all your data.
have your login details, you have everything, you have all your data. Like it's not something you're going to miss, and that's the reason why I'm saying it's going to be like a major shift. Even the very big brands out there, trust me, they'll soon start coming for Supro because this is what, like I said, everybody needs, and it's going to create a major shift in the fashion industry, not just in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria. I don't think it's going to be in Nigeria. It's going to be worldwide. It's going to create like a major shift because it's really going to help brands with organizations. Sometimes I
Mm.
guess as I when you see big brands that don't have these things in a place or have still misplaced what's it called clients measurements, they
Details.
forget dates.
Mm.
It's surprising actually, like it's actually shocking. But then having something like this or having an app where you can actually have all these things, have all your data, and then it's not something you will miss. You won't, if you like, throw your phone into the sea. Once you have your login details, you are back to it. Please, who won't need that? Who no like better thing? Let me speak pidgin. Who
Guys,
actually no
please,
like better?
if you think that Kira should be a brand ambassador for Sopro, go to the comments. Let me see because I just feel like dashing you this to self. What am I doing with it? If you think Kira automatically, Kira Fashion Academy is brand ambassador, Winnie Atari, brand ambassador Sopro. Go to the comments and let me see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The people are
So thank you.
you've blessed us in a very, very great way, blessed us in no small way, and we do not take it for granted. You see, some of the things we're having here, one of the excitements I see with many tailors is that these sessions, we don't have these closed door meetings where people come to share insider secrets, things helping them to grow their business. We don't have that in this industry. So, but
When we get
right
to
now, they are having it. So we can't thank you, guys. Thank you enough for this you've done. Somebody already said yes. So all the yes have it. Officially on this live call,
thank
let me stretch my hand and shake our new brand ambassador. We will do all the official things later. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kira, for being part of tonight's session.
thank you.
Some let me be dropping their comments so that you see she nailed it. So that I know you can't see their comments, but I want to drop some of them so that you see their amazing comments. This one say yes, so
Thank
big feet for a brand
thank
ambassador. All hail the Sopro ambassador. Thank you so much, Kira, for being on this call tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Let's just
you.
go in the comments and thank Kira for such an amazing session. Thank you for not holding back, for pouring
Yes,
your heart. Yes.
just read comment section. Today is his birthday. And say
Yeah.
thank you to him too. Today's happy birthday, Mr. Andrew.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't mention it in this
Welcome.
session today. Right, today is actually my birthday, and today is actually a very special session, and we've had such an amazing time. I am so excited. I'm happy that I did this together with you tonight, and The comments keeps coming. People say you end it. You are just a brand ambassador. You are a brand ambassador already. Before no other person can steal this position first. You are first in line. First in line. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kira. And please, guys, go ahead and follow Kira. Go to on Instagram, Facebook. I guess it's Kira Fashion Academy, right? On Instagram and on
Okay.
Facebook, Kira Fashion Academy, also on TikTok. Please follow our TikTok family. Please follow Kira Fashion Academy, Facebook, Instagram. Please do same. And also, you follow her personal account. I think her personal account is Winnie. Is it Kira
Of
Winnie? Something
Kira.
like that. Yes. If you
Winnie
just
of
type Winnie of
Kira
Kira,
X.
fantastic. So if you just type Winnie or type Kira on any of these social media platforms, you will see Winnie. Thank you so much for being part of the call. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Next week, we're going to have another amazing session. Next week was going to be like probably maybe our last session for this Tailor webinar series in the month of August. Now we've had 3 sessions so far, and we're going to have the fourth one by next week. Next week, we'll come. There's something Kira highlighted in this session that we're going to handle in the next session. Customer service, right? How to attract and retain customers. So we're going to bring someone who is an expert in that industry with that set of skills to come show you how to attract proper clients, paying clients, and how to retain them. Some of you attract, you don't retain. So you don't want to miss next week's session. You know, we just keep setting the bar. For every speaker that comes, they just seem to do a little better than the previous one, and it just keeps going. So guys, you don't want to miss next week. And this is leading us to gradually to the grand launch of our app. We're gradually building the momentum that we want. So I know some of you cannot wait. We also cannot wait to share all the behind the scenes. A lot is going on. And some of the things I've been privy to see, guys, is going to be amazing. It's going to change your business, help you build proper structure, and help you make more money in your business. So thank you guys for being on the call tonight. And Kira, thank you for joining us. It's a good night from my end. Thank you so much. See you some other time. So guys, thank you for being part of the call tonight. Don't forget, if you don't follow us, follow SoPro, right, on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Follow us everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. And if you haven't joined our waitlist, the launch waitlist, go to the link will be scrolling right now on your screen, www.sopro.app, right? Go there, fill the form to join our waitlist so that you can be among the founding tailors to test all the features when we launch. You want to be among the first people to test all the features when we launch. When we launch, guys, we want massive downloads, massive downloads. Let's choke our database, right? So you want to be among the first tailors to test all features, and we have amazing offers for you guys, for every tailor. Our goal is to help you, like I said, build proper structure for your business and make more money. And I know we're going to do it together. Thank you so much for joining the call. I will see you guys next week for the episode 4 of the Tailor webinar series. My name still remains Andrew Ube, founder SoPro. Have a good night rest and go and implement all that Kira shared tonight. I'm rooting for you, and cheers.